we have been working really hard to figure out what's the right way to balance responsibility with freedom of speech.
This is the YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki, who has been interviewed many times about the safeties and dangers of YouTube. Social media is a very interesting topic. You can see young kids making a TikTok whenever you want. This has been stated before as an abuse of social media, because they have no privacy or protection from people they might not want to see them. Many people, usually teens, abuse social media by lying about their age to bypass restrictions. The most used social medias are Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and more. It should be the most important topic for the 2020 presidential election. I think it should be debated because it is helpful in ways, but it is abused often in ways that the government and we the people of the United States should fix. This is Mark, a social media analyst, discussing the drawbacks of using social media.
Become a little bit too influential, where a lot of the information that is out there is not factual. So I think people need to use social media for more fun, but when they get their news and their information, it's good to do a little bit of research and understand where the source is coming from.
Here is James Seiler, Assistant Manager of the Social Media Department at SEPTA.
So at SEPTA, we have social media accounts that are managed by different departments. We have social media accounts that are managed by the control center, and they send out automated alerts when there's a disruption and things of that matter. Then we have the marketing team that'll promote riding the system, promote perks you get when you use your SEPTA card at local businesses, and promote events. And then it's my department, customer service. And what we do is we engage with customers over social media to assist with their travel needs and also address their concern.
Himself and his business have succeeded greatly with this advancement into People That Ride SEPTA, a popular train network in the greater Philadelphia area. James describes here how he gets positive feedback and describes how most people are surprised because SEPTA is the only train network that does this with social media.
I would say we do. When we started in about 2014, 2015, we were pretty much the only major transit agency that responded to customers in social media. Back in that time, transit agencies would just post their delays and information, and that's about it. But we were kind of like pioneers that sought out customers for feedback, engagement, conversation. So that got us recognized pretty much nationwide, if not worldwide. And we have certain types of protocols and practices that we use now that get recognized. One of the things we do is we'll reach back out to customers that we talk to, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, to follow up to see how their experience riding SEPTA has been. And they really appreciate that, that follow up. Every day we catch people by surprise because what we do is we monitor for anybody mentioning SEPTA or the name of the station or certain routes over Twitter and Facebook primarily and Instagram. And sometimes we'll jump in the conversation without them expecting it. And we catch them off guard. Every day we catch somebody off guard. But more often than not, what we hear is, I didn't expect them to answer. And, it's good that they did. I got some information. Or I got clarity on how to use the key card or how to travel here or how to file a complaint.
The role of social media in society needs to be discussed and debated, and limits and regulations need to be applied. There are many well-documented cases of children and even adults committing suicide due to cyberbullying. Here is computer scientist Jaron Lehner discussing research into the correlation between social media and suicide.
There was an astonishing study so this was about correlations between rises in social media use in an individual and the likelihood of suicide in teenage girls. And in the study population, the likelihood with heavy social media use onset was a 30% rise in teen suicide. not attempts, but actual suicide. This is just astounding, you know. So it can be very serious. It isn't always at that level, of course.
But unfortunately, most candidates seem unaware of the dangers of social media. The online trust audit found that 70% of 2020 presidential candidates fail to provide adequate online privacy and security protections. Their campaign websites lack strong authentication protection, while two lack any authentication. Most campaigns also fail at providing strong privacy statements that prevent data sharing. It's time for the government to get involved, and this topic must be discussed during the presidential campaign.